This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend, the end of our elaborate plans, the end.
Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPMtv. It's Thursday, February 7th, 2008, and this is a special No More Mittmentum to Kick Around Anymore edition of our weekly 2008 Campaign Roundup, episode 12. Now, as you probably know, Mitt Romney dropped out of the Republican nomination race today. He did it at something called the CPAC conference down in Washington, D.C. That's the big conservative right-wing hoedown they have once a year. So he definitely did it in front of a very receptive and ended up to be disappointed audience. Now, for me, my favorite part of Mitt's speech was why he decided to get out of the race. It turns out that it's not because he's already spent tens of millions of his own dollars and doesn't want to spend any more. And it's not because John McCain has basically kicked his butt and there's no way, even mathematically almost, he could win this race at this point. It turns out Mitt Romney is dropping out of the Republican race because it's necessary to win the war on terror.
Now, if I fight on in my campaign all the way to the convention, I want you to know, I'm giving this a lot of thought, I'd forestall the launch of a national campaign. And frankly, I'd be making it easier for Senator Clinton or Obama to win. Frankly, in this time of war, I simply cannot let my campaign be a part of aiding a surrender to terror. This isn't an easy decision. I hate to lose. I entered this race because I love America. And because I love America, in this time of war, I feel I have to now stand aside for our party and for our country. You guys are great. We cannot allow the next president of the United States to retreat in the face of evil extremism.
Now, you probably know here at TPM, we've been following the Mitt campaign pretty closely. And looking back on it, what I can say is that even though until Super Tuesday, he didn't really fall behind much in delegates, what really stands out about Mitt's campaign is that he never won a single stand-up fight. The states that he won were either caucuses that were basically uncontested or primaries that were close to uncontested. The big example of that is Michigan. He pulled all his resources from other states. John McCain was sort of half contesting it, half not, and he won, but that was really the only example. You go down the list, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Florida, those were the three stand-up fights in this race, and he got beat by John McCain every time. Now, here's the thing to consider as Mitt drops out. You know, Mitt was basically a phony conservative, but a lot of conservatives around the country and on talk radio and stuff like that were more than happy to go with a hypocrite if at least he'd be consistent about it and really, act like he meant it. Now, a lot of those same people don't like John McCain, so as Mitt jumps out and basically assures McCain the nomination, what you want to look for is just how much are those hardline conservatives willing to pull together, unite around John McCain. Now, before Mitt spoke, he was introduced by Laura Ingraham, talk show radio host, Mitt supporter, and also sort of general celebrity conservative. Now, you might expect, since she would have known that Mitt was about to drop out of the race, she would have talked up Mitt, but maybe made it a little conciliatory or something like that. Not at all. Her whole speech was basically bashing John McCain, and you listen to the response of the crowd. It was very telling. So we're going to show you a few clips of Ingraham and her red meat speech.
I have a two-word response for all of those people out there, and many of them in the room covering CPAC, that people are saying that we need to get past our affinity for conservative ideals and also our desire for a leader who stands proudly for conservative ideals. Two words: wishful thinking. No one can embody all of Ronald Reagan. It's impossible. He was a man unique to his time and his challenges. But we do want, and I think deserve, a candidate who is proud to be a conservative and who embodies conservative ideals. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it's enough to say that, you know, you were a foot soldier in the Reagan Revolution. I think the question is, what have you been doing for conservatism lately? An obsession with endless bipartisan compromises does not keep us free. Of all the people introducing the 3 remaining candidates for president, I get to introduce the conservative. I don't have to calm down about it because it's really easy. You know his resume, but he is a national security conservative, he is a proud social conservative, and he is a fiscal conservative. In other words, Mitt Romney is the conservatives' conservative.
If you'll take your seats, please, and quiet down, we'll proceed. We have to stick with the program so we get through it, and particularly so that when 3 o'clock comes, Mr. Romney's main opponent will be able to have some time as well. No. Now let's proceed.
This is the end, beautiful friend.